Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to discuss the lesser housefly. This is the common house. This is the fly present in our homes, but it is smaller than the Musca domestica. Its scientific name is the Phanis canicularis. This is the diagram of the lesser housefly. It belongs to the genus Phania. It comprises almost 300 different species of the fly, including the lesser housefly. These flies are found worldwide. It typically reproduces in the feces composite and the carrion. Carrion is the dead decaying flesh. These flies are often a very serious concern for commercial animal farming operations since high density house farming and abundant manure production and create ideal conditions for the maggots development. Maggots are the larvae. In the extreme cases, large fly population cause even public health concern for the communities surrounding the farm. Their adults are 5 to 6 mm long and with a wingspan of 10 to 12 mm, and they have gray thorax which has three indistinct longitudinal strips on it. Abdomen has a very extensive area of yellow at its base. You can distinguish lesser housefly with the Musca domestica by using this character. Potential vectors of various diseases such as dysentery, gastroenteritis, and tuberculosis. They also transmit intestinal worms. As with the housefly, they may also move pathogens from dirty to clean areas. So these are the vectors of the various diseases. But because they spread uh, uh, because they spread pathogens from one area to another. Their eggs are white, narrow, elongate, and slightly flattened with a size of 2 mm long. And their eggs have wings, actually wing like processes which enable them to float in the liquids. Larvae. Phania maggots have many dorsal and lateral projections and develop through three instars. They have three instars. First instar is 1.5 mm long and it is white in the color with the only the tip of its mouth hooks black. Second star with the size of 3 mm long at first and has more little black coloration. When matures, the larvae has size of the 5 to 8 mm long, light brown body with an entirely black head. Pupa is slightly smaller than the mature larvae. The pupa of lesser housefly develop inside the darkened hard skins of the last larval instar, which is known as skin of the last larval instar is known as puparia. When the fly is mates, the adult mates form swarms in the area, or you can say the aggregation in the area which produces a vice or nice in that specific area. Female flies are less active, and they try to remain near the breeding sites where they deposit their small eggs in the batches of the up to 100 on the animal feces, moist organic matter, or the carrion. The lesser housefly has the life cycle of generally 18 to 22 days to complete, but it is prolonged if the temperature of the environment is low. What damages are caused by lesser housefly in the environment? They do not cause any direct damage to the animals or the buildings, but they are considered as a serious pest because male forms swarms and it causes the noise which is annoying for the employees or for the persons of these buildings upon below these swarms. Adult flies can spread different pathogens, although they are directly not they are not the direct pests, but they are the vectors causing diseases. Phenia flies have been confirmed to carry viruses that cause Newcastle disease. Newcastle disease is in the poultry that causes respiratory damages, nervous damages, And hog cholera, it is present in the pigs, which causes purplish skin in the pigs below the ears, and it causes nervous disorders as well as respiratory disorders. Protozoan parasites such as the cryptosporidium and the toxoplasma, and bacteria such as the salmonella. Feeding habits: adult flies feed on various liquids and are often attracted to the aphid infested plants by the presence of the honeydew, a sweet, sticky aphid secretion. Okay, aphids feed on the plant's liquid material, and mostly these flies are attracted toward that area under the infestation of the aphids. Larvae consume decaying organic matter and excrement, but have only known to parasitize the intestinal tract of the man and the animals. So here it is the its larvae is also the parasite on the intestinal tract of the man and the animals. In some area, lesser housefly larvae are predominant maggots breeding in the chicken manure. Life history: they often take refuge in the warm rooms and stable during winter. जब माइल्ड क्लाइमेट्स होते हैं तो इनका जो लार्वी है वो प्यूपी में कन्वर्ट होता है, लेकिन ज़्यादा ठंड के अंदर इनका सिर्फ प्यूपी सर्वाइव करता है। जैसे ही विंटर ख़त्म होता है, ये लेट फैब का एरिया ये टाइम होता है, उसमें इनकी न्यू फ्लाइज जो होती हैं वो इमर्ज होती हैं। 2 से 5 डेज जैसे इमर्जिंग हो मतलब हो जाती है ना, फीमेल फ्लाइज एग लेइंग शुरू कर देंगी डिकेइंग ऑर्गेनिक मैटर पे। एग्स इंक्यूबेशन टाइम पीरियड इज़ 1.5 to 2 days after 1.5 to 2 days before larvae hatch. These maggots feed and develop for 7 to 10 days. Within 9 to 14 days, a new generation of the flies emerges. It is difficult to observe these flies in the wild, but lab experiments suggest that each year 7 successive generations of these flies occurs. Adults of the genus may live approximately 2 months. Population flourish during the cool seasons, particularly spring, early summer, and the late fall. Peak numbers usually occur by July after which dry, hot weather. Now the management. How can you manage these flies? Good sanitation, it is the basically first step in the fly management. You should remove their breeding sites or the food which they are consuming. And for their control at the waste disposal sites, it is necessary to cover the waste with the soil or inorganic waste approximately 15 centimeter thickness on every weekend or every other weekend. Fly traps can be used to control these flies. Mostly house flies are attracted toward white surfaces and to bait that give off order indoor। आप जो ट्रैप्स यूज़ करते हैं उसमें अल्ट्रा वायलेट रेडिएशंस होती हैं। इसी तरह से जो आपकी बिल्डिंग के एंट्रेंस पॉइंट्स हैं वहाँ पे रिकमेंड किया जाता है कि आप ट्रैप्स यूज़ करें, ट्रीज़ के नीचे यूज़ करें, और एनिमल स्लीपिंग एरियाज़ में मैनोर जहाँ पे गोबर की पाइल्स हों इकट्ठ हों वहाँ पे यूज़ करें। बायोलॉजिकल कंट्रोल, क्योंकि देखें इंसेक्टिसाइड्स का प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होता है उसमें, जो फ्लाइज वगैरह हैं वो हो जाती हैं रेजिस्टेंट। तो बायोलॉजिकल कंट्रोल को यूज़ किया जाए इनको कंट्रोल ये लेसर हाउस फ्लाइज के लिए, और इंसेक्टिसाइड्स वही सेम यूज़ होती हैं जो आप मस्का डोमेस्टिका के लिए पढ़ चुके हैं। थैंक यू, दिस इज़ द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द टॉपिक।